Hello, and you're listening to FPcast, the official podcast for Fruitless Pursuits, where we bullshit about the week in pop culture. I'm Luke.
I'm Jacinta.
And this week we're talking about...
movies, television, collectibles, video games, comics, books, board games, and more.
Yeah.
Did anything happen this week? Anything newsworthy?
Dunno. Hopped on the Googles, not much.
Anything everybody's talking about?
That Trolls movie came out in the US, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why everybody's so on edge. So, yeah, interesting week. We're not a political podcast, obviously. We're a pop culture podcast. But this does concern a character from pop culture.
It does, yes. And ultimately it does concern everyone in varying degrees, but...
Someone from our television section.
Yeah, so there was a bit of a surprise with the election, safe to say.
Yes. Although, I don't know how surprised I am, really. But... Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
Well, he's the president-elect.
Oh, yeah.
It's not done yet, mate. Let's just...
January, he'll get to get into that old White House and move all his stuff in.
Yeah, from the pictures, Barack looks thrilled.
Absolutely
Oh,
stoked.
my goodness, yes. He can't wait to hand over the keys.
And, so what can we say about this? I think people are expecting that we will say something about this. For me... We've been ribbing America, giving them a friendly bit of shit, as is our want as larrikin Australians, for many years now, through both this show and The Book Was Better. But for me, this is like when Sam Worthington named his kid Rocket Zot, where the reality...
is far worse.
Yeah. Than the jokes. So it becomes this point where you just like... Wow, and I think a lot of people in Australia, especially, and also a lot of people who are privileged, and of course speaking with from a place of privilege, by which I mean this really cool toy-filled office. Yeah. You
live in an area that is nicknamed the Golden Triangle. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Wolf of Wall Street. Did you see Margot Robbie's Golden Triangle?
Don't be gross.
Well,
we don't need to be in a post-Trump world.
It's the status quo now. Apparently that's okay. No, in all seriousness, the seriousness, though, that's hard to say.
Seriousness, though?
In all seriousness, though. America doesn't need us beating up on them anymore.
No, because they'll be having a president that'll be doing that quite well.
He's going to be doing our job for us, so in Trump we trust. No,
my God.
What I was going to say is that obviously everybody kind of creates their own echo chambers around them. I mean, you curate your Twitter and your Facebook and the things that you listen to. So even though everybody's reaction was to have their histrionic Facebook posts about ranging from, oh my God, the world is ending, I feel so sick, etc., to jokes about, hey, Americans, come and sleep on our couch and all that sort of stuff, you sort of recognise that anything that we could say that was sort of anti-Trump, you guys are already thinking that. And if you're kind of sort of feeling shitty about this, then you probably don't need that right now. And I also think that
you're just so overcome and lost for words that you just can't even.
I'm going to edit out that pause. People aren't going to realise that I'm lost for words. That
isn't that more impactful though, Luke?
That I'm lost for words.
You are lost for words
at this situation.
Yeah.
I also think like people are saying, America, you're so stupid. Look at this, which doesn't help.
No, and the stats have come out and said that it's not like a lot of people said, well, it was just the uneducated middle, flyover states that have been voting for him and stuff like that. And the stats disagree with that.
I also
like the educated people with money are voting for him.
That this is about a sort of larger kind of ideological thing, and that with Brexit and everything, it sort of shows that this kind of thing could probably happen anywhere now. And it's because people have been whipped up into sort of fear and fear of the other and terrorism and all sorts of things and financial woes and
I think it has happened on a smaller scale here. I mean, Pauline Hanson got elected into Parliament, but I don't think it would ever get to the point where she would be running as head of one of the parties.
I don't know. I think there's always the possibility, especially now that this has happened, that the sort of bottle's been opened and you could have like some sort of crazy character appealing to the lowest common denominator and sort of getting away with it. And
I think that I have been, I guess, consuming media on both sides of the argument. I mean, we're both, I guess you would call us lefties. We both, in that situation, probably would have voted for Hillary, yes? Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
There, of course.
Yeah.
And seeing interviews with, in air quotes, normal people who voted for Trump, and their basic thing was they interviewed a lady and they were like, how can you vote for Trump with all the things that he says and does? And he said, well, honestly, I don't agree with 90% of the stuff that he says, but the difference was that it felt like he was listening. And that's all they wanted. They wanted to feel like someone was listening to them. And I think the next 4 years is going to be a very, very hard lesson for world politics, but hopefully they learn something from it. Hopefully. They probably won't, but hopefully.
I don't know. I think, my experience with Trump is really watching The Apprentice. I love that shit. And I love it from a train wreck sort of perspective. And so because I've seen him in that situation and I've seen him doing all this decision making and the way he interacts with people, I think he's a loathsome individual, but I also don't think he has that real supervillain mentality. I find him actually quite ineffectual and bumbling on the show. And I think he tends to be a bit of a softie. So I think there's a sort of impotence that surrounds him that people perhaps aren't considering. I wonder if now the circus is over, he'll tone down a bit. That said, I think the thing that is obviously hitting hardest with all of this for me and a lot of other people is that it's not about how it affects us, because we're not really going to be affected in our day-to-day lives.
Ultimately, being, middle-class white Australians, the sky is not falling for us, and we're realistic about that. So we're not going to post woe is me Facebook post or anything like that. But
that shouldn't be the issue. The issue is the people that it does affect.
Absolutely.
And I think the idea that somebody has been sexist, racist, said things about sexual assault, all those horrible things he's done, and has gotten away with it, has gotten the tick of approval, and somehow vindicated the loudest and the most obnoxious.
Yeah, that was because on Wednesday, we got no work done on Wednesday because we were literally just refreshing the results all day at work, and that was the thing that really bummed me out. Trump himself sure is a problem, but he doesn't bother me. It's that
he's a cartoon character.
It's that people looked at what he was serving up and went, yeah, I'll eat that.
Yeah.
And so many people said, yeah, I'll eat that. And I'm just like, why? There's a steak or there's a shit slurry. Why are you choosing the shit slurry, guys?
Well, I understand that there's going to be people, obviously, the voters aren't evil either. They obviously didn't think Hillary was a steak. And if Hillary got in, I'm sure there would be people that would say, well, is this saying that we support this, or would talk about a myriad of other issues. But the thing is, you can only kind of deal with the situation you're in, and
at the moment it's all
can't,
hypotheticals.
Not face the issues that the Trump thing arises by going, well, but what if it had been this instead? When an incident happens, if a fire happens, you don't go, well, what if it had been a hurricane? You deal with the fire, and I think there's going to be a lot of people. I can't imagine what it would be like to be Muslim or Mexican or even female in America right now.
Yeah, there's been a lot of reports of things that I've seen on Twitter and being shared on Facebook that these the people who voted for Trump just feel so emboldened now to really do what they want. I heard one story of some, a black person walking down the street, someone calling them a nigger and then going, oh, well, I'm so glad that I get to say that word again now. And it's like, whoa, fuck. Yeah. And this is day one.
Yeah.
That's like,
I've
you know, and he's
seen,
not even president yet.
I've seen on Facebook some, just on Facebook even, some really obnoxious stuff through other people's feeds. I don't think I've got anyone who's being outwardly obnoxious on mine, and I probably would get rid of them pretty quickly because life's too short.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's why I feel like, I know, speaking for myself, my initial choice when faced with anything is to be loud and obnoxious on this podcast about it. But there's so much of that. I don't want to do it.
No, absolutely. And at the moment, like, every social media, every news outlet, everything is talking about this, and you need an escape. Like, it's not good for your mental health to be just, if this does bother you, then it's not good for you to be just immersing yourself in it. Like, I felt really, really down on Wednesday. On Thursday, I'd said to you on Messenger that I just couldn't help reading election stuff. Like, I didn't want to, but I just felt so compelled, and then I realised that it was making me feel really shitty and bad, so I had to step away from
and
it.
I think maybe our American audience might not realise the impact as well that, obviously their country was very split on this, and it was quite close. Whereas here, I didn't speak to anybody who was pro-Trump. Like, people were just... it was all anyone was talking about, and they were all just talking about what an awful, crazy thing was happening. And just couldn't believe that this guy had got in.
Yeah, so, I think it was, like, significant minorities. Like, I'd heard that there was people at Sydney Uni and stuff that were kind of celebrating it, but then I feel like half the people that may have been celebrating it didn't even really truly understand what they were celebrating. They were just going, oh, that guy won, yay, Trump. It's like, no, just don't, this is not about you, do not participate.
Maybe it was ironic.
Maybe.
Anyway, like, we don't know anything anyway. We're not entrenched in all this stuff.
Yeah. So I guess what we're saying is we are here as I can't say we're going to be a Trump-free zone from now on, but we want to be, I guess, an escape. And the thing that we can do, I guess the only thing really that we feel we can do at this point is to do this and talk about our dumb shit and bring you the name of the bingo baby as soon as we get it, and give you a bit of an escape if all of this is making you feel shitty.
And also, I just point out that we are saints and heroes and write about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So I just think it's great anyway. Like, 2020, look out for that one. Anything could happen now. And why not? Cult of personality. Why not celebrities? Why not doing it? I would vote for Scarlett Johansson to be president. If you want a female president, hey, let's spice it up a little. You know,
I actually feel really bad for, apart from, like, the obvious minorities and people who are going to be genuinely directly affected by this. Melania Trump never asked for this. She is going to be treated awfully the next 4 years by the media and the public.
She's probably been treated awfully the last, how many years?
I imagine so. But, like, even the last 2 days, like, there has been some serious, like, slut-shamey stuff going on with her, and I mean, I know...
Because she was a model.
Yeah. But yeah, because she did, like, nude stuff and whatever, and it's just like,
Because she has breasts.
Basically. And I'm like, I know that she is kind of choosing to be a part of this, but I don't think that this was what she thought was going to happen when she married Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So I feel kind of bad for her.
Yeah. I just think, what about a puppet in 2020? Why not? What about Alf? Why not get Alf back out of a cupboard?
Okay.
Yeah. Give me 4 years in the White House, says Alf. Yo, Willie.
What about Kermit the Frog? He just seems like an everyman puppet,
He's very affable.
Yeah.
And the great thing is, like, he's a symbol that everybody can get behind. But different people with different views can really sort of slide him on. As long as they can do the voice. And I think that's important.
Yeah,
and has basic sort of puppeteering.
Yeah, I feel like his love of rainbow connections may alienate some of the, demographic.
Yeah. Well, he's always questioning it, though.
Well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how he's straddling the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Miss Piggy as First Lady, why not?
Yeah. She looked great, like, in the, living in the White House, on the lawns.
What about, do you think, like, there must be a lot of gears turning now. Like, Oprah surely could get elected.
Yeah, maybe. I guess with all these people, it's like, do they want the hassle? Like, I'm sure Donald Trump's going, fuck, I didn't expect this. I don't need this.
What about Donald Duck?
I don't know, he doesn't wear pants. Like, that, there would be some kind of scandal, he'd be impeached, it'd be like, we're just going through it all for nothing.
Well, Bill Clinton didn't wear pants for a lot of it as well. Yeah. I know, but times are changing.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
The thing. It's probably more likely a cartoon duck before a female president in America's current climate.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about somebody wearing the Howard the Duck animatronic suit from the 80s? Lots of different options available. Anyway, that's your stuff. Let us know. We already know how everyone's feeling because everybody's been saying it on Facebook. I feel like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird even talking about it, but then how would we not?
Yeah, exactly. It's, to not talk about it would just be, completely ignoring the elephant in the room. So we're acknowledging it. If you guys want to, correct us on anything, talk to us about anything, let us know how things are kind of going day to day, because obviously we're so far removed and all we have is, I guess, news reports, which can be skewed, fairly left in most of the media that we consume. So, let us know. I think...
don't let me know. I don't give a shit. I'm all about Star Wars.
Yeah. And I guess it's all... It's a fear of the unknown at the moment. Everything's so hypothetical until he actually gets sworn in, so people are just kind of treading water and worrying about what the fuck is going to happen.
I don't know. I think it's more about like I feel like someone's going to test him. Like there's going to be an incident, something's going to happen to test him and sort of go, well, now what? You've got this, what are you going to do with it?
And he'll do some speed. I've got plans. I have tremendous plans. I have the greatest plans. You just watch. Yeah. And then people go, no, Donald, that doesn't actually mean anything, Donald. Can you tell us what the plans are? And he's like, don't you worry, I have tremendous plans.
I hope that when he moves into the White House, he brings all these celebrity apprentice friends with him to do key jobs.
Okay.
Like Meatloaf.
To do the weeding. Gary
Busey. Like is defense person.
Yep.
That sort of thing. Why not? Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah,
What about Dee Snider? That's one twisted sister. Put him in the White House.
Oh my God.
He knows all these people really well. He knows Dennis Rodman, who knows is like right in North Korea. That's interesting. Why don't the three of those guys get together?
That'd be an intelligent conversation, wouldn't
Shoot
it?
some hoops.
Oh, God.
I'll play some golf. They're both golf champions.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, that's right.
So there you go. So maybe America will be great again.
And that's where we're leaving that one.
It's been a bit shit. Not a lot of other news. I mean, obviously this has been taking up everything. We are going to review Arrival, which we just saw this morning. And there are a couple of trailers as well, and then a little bit of Westworld. But that's really your serving this week.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tsunami of election news and not much else.
I did see Bad Santa 2 on Wednesday, but I am embargoed. I'm not allowed to talk about whether it was good or bad, naughty or nice, until next episode.
Embargoes are always good signs, though, aren't they?
Well, it is early for a Christmas movie,
I haven't ever really heard of a really great movie being embargoed.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just a bit early. But, for Christmas. But that's the thing, like, people are funny about that. Like, at work last year, I put up the Christmas tree sort of middle of November. And everyone was like, what, already? Are you serious? You dumbhead. And then, like, I'm looking around sort of mid-December, everyone's got their trees up. And I'm like, oh, well, who's dumb now? Huh?
Early adopter.
I did it first. Yeah. So it just goes to show.
Yeah, I need to put our Christmas stuff up at work soon because we're only there until students are only there until the 10th of December or something.
Exactly.
Then it means I only have fucking 2 weeks of having Christmas decorations that people are going to see.
Yes.
I'm not going to put in all that effort to have them only seen for 2 weeks, guys.
Don't complain to me. Complain to the department stores. They've had it up probably since end of August.
Yeah, it's so great. I love Christmas decorations.
I do too.
Yeah, they're so good.
Christmas is wonderful.
I saw one yesterday that I'm going to go back and buy, maybe on the way home. It was like a little Santa Claus, and he was holding ball balls, but he was naked, and he was holding the ball balls over his own ball balls. It was so good.
If you buy that, can can you please take a photo of it?
Yes.
And I would like to see that,
Yes.
and maybe even share it with our listeners
Uh-huh.
if they're good, if they deserve it.
And there was another one where he was like naked and just holding a present over his dick.
What about a candy cane
Dick
over
in
his
a
dick?
box. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
A Yule log. Wow.
Yeah.
Old naked man is putting up his Christmas tree. You can see his Christmas balls. I think that's a Friends thing.
Man, we're really going with the unpopular opinions today, isn't it? Trump's bad. Christmas is good.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Oh, we're just like, we're so edgy. Edgy. You could cut yourselves on us.
I know. that's see, look, this is the problem with everybody's Facebook stuff, Twitter stuff, everything. Is it is an echo chamber. You have curated that list. You are talking to your friends. So, we're 20 minutes in. We haven't told you a fucking thing. Have we, really?
No. Unless you were on the fence about Christmas, in which case, it's good. You should learn that.
Oh, yeah, don't be that person. Oh, just another day. Fucking, you've got a lot of over 300 just another days.
Yeah.
You may as well try and make one special. And we're not down with Jesus or anything. We don't believe in any of that. We just like presents and food and drink.
Yeah.
And so I like the songs as well.
Yeah, I love having like a couple of weeks off work.
Yeah.
I like that. That's really good too.
I get a month off work. I can't
Fuck you.
fucking wait. So, yeah, it's awesome. So don't be a hater.
Don't drink any haterade.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about some trailers?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. What a strange world we're in. Like, what's it matter?
I know, it's like, I was saying to you in the car, like, it's almost like upside down world.
Like,
Everybody's been dying. Everything is awful. The only thing that's good about this year is the most underdog teams in all the sporting leagues have won, apart from the fucking Patriots winning the Super Bowl, because fuck them. But, like, that's the only tiny glimmer of joy this year. Everyone else is like fucking Bowie dies, Rickman dies, Prince dies, Ali dies. Fucking Leonard Cohen just died the other day. What the fuck is happening?
we got Stranger Things, which is about an upside down world.
Wow, shit.
Might have leaked into reality.
Maybe. Trailers?
Trailers. Okay, let's talk about some trailers, if we must. Seeing as how I bet there's nobody out there taking comfort in, oh yeah, look, the white guy's telling us that he feels bad for women and ethnic people. Yeah.
Well, you have to start somewhere. Allies start somewhere.
Well, let's start with White People Fantasy Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
Oh, wow.
That's a trailer from French gentleman
Luc Besson.
Luc Besson, his new film, a sci-fi starring Dane DeHaan and what's her face from Suicide Squad, Cara Delevingne. And it's got like the Gungan City from Phantom Menace.
Yep, there's lots of flashing things
and the big
lots
fish.
of colourful things.
And it's got the like
and lots of whooshy whooshies.
city from Fifth Element.
Yep.
And the white corridor from probably Cloud City. It's got some creatures. It's got like creatures like looking at things and assessing them. You know, kind of it reminded me of. I didn't know if it reminded me of Sarko Plank in Force Awakens, who's is a big creature looking at things, evaluating their worth. Or if it reminded me of Dexter Jettster in Attack of the Clones, who's looking at the dart, trying to figure out its origin. That said, it sounds like I'm being very cynical and reductive, but of course I'll go and see this.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It just looks like a flashy thing.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like...
It looks like a lot of... well, I mean, it's a trailer, you can't tell, but it just looks like a lot of, like, flashy visuals and... Come and see the movie. And it's like, oh, okay. Sure.
Be there.
Sure.
Remind me a bit of, what's that movie where Channing Tatum is a dog with jet boots?
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was so great.
Doesn't like it have a bit of that feel?
yeah, it does. Though, I mean, it's already a step behind because there's no Channing Tatum as a dog with jet boots.
We don't know that. Maybe that's a spoiler and they're saving that.
It's having a cameo. Maybe it's a shared universe.
Could be. Yeah. Well, it's a city of 1,000 planets. That could be one of the planets, couldn't it?
Yeah, Jupiter could be a planet.
Maybe Bespin is one of the planets as well, and that's why we saw that corridor. I know that definitely Naboo was there. the
And
Gungans.
what's it? Camino.
Camino. Did you see Camino?
There's 1,000 planets, Luke. Camino's got to be there.
I'd say so. I'd be surprised if it's not one of
Yeah.
them. Absolutely. So that was that. I think actually why I'm not raving about that is that we just saw Arrival, which is a very sort of intelligent adult sci-fi, which was really sort of enjoyable to see.
It done well.
Yeah, this whole, like, a very satisfying, hearty meal of a movie. And then to see some junk food flash across the screen.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, yeah, okay.
I look forward to eating my McDonald's in 6 months' time.
Well, it's going to be about the characters, isn't it? It always is. With anything like genre blockbustery, the characters have to be characters that you just love and you want to figure off straight away. Like, Force Awakens did that for me. I went, oh, I like you guys. You work. That's it. That's great. And Avengers and stuff does that for me. But if I don't have that connection with the characters, it is all going to be just a whole lot of gubbins. Just all noise, sound and fury, signifying nothing. Which is also, coincidentally, the tagline for this very show. The only other little trailer we saw was for the HBO documentary about the Slender Man. And
Yeah, you made me watch this. I hadn't watched it before for obvious reason.
did you think it was scary?
Well, the whole concept of, like, it's a fucking creepy boogeyman sort of thing. And I'm just like, I don't want to be involved in this. But the trailer's not scary.
No, well, I mean,
And I'm probably not going to watch the documentary, but the trailer's not scary.
the scary thing is it's about the two little girls that murdered their friend after a sleepover. So that's the sort of scary thing. But I don't, I'm not trying to jinx myself. I'm not trying to, like, have a supernatural confrontation or anything. But I just don't find the Slender Man that scary.
I think it's that whole kind of unidentifiable, faceless thing that's creepy. And formal wear is scary. Formal wear is so scary. Yeah, the only people that wear formal wear are, like, awful rich people and politicians and stuff.
But they're not slender. So maybe
Some of them might be.
That's what messes with your brain. See, I can't relate to a slender man.
Okay.
I just don't get it. I'm like, live a little, pal.
Stop hanging around in woods.
Yeah.
Find something else to do.
Yeah. And he's got no hair, he's got no eyes, he's got no mouth, he's got no nose. I don't think he's got any ears. So, like, what's the threat? What's he going to do?
He's like a little one of those naked little blind mole things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just come up and just gone, oh, God.
And
I need to pretend to be a human. Quick, put on a suit.
Yeah, I've never fought one of those, but I mean, how hard would it be? Really? So, Slender Man, you are gubbins. That's probably the most controversial thing that we've said on the show today.
Okay, so Trump bad, Christmas good, Boogeyman bad.
Slender Man specifically, gubbins?
Okay.
I can't think of a definitive portrayal of a boogie or bogeyman that makes me feel like I can sort of go on one way or the other. There was Oogie Boogie.
Yes.
It was basically like a Hessian sack full of bugs. This Fungus, the bogeyman from the Raymond Briggs children's books.
Okay.
Guy did the Snowman. That's all I can think of.
I guess the thing of the boogeyman is that you create your own boogeyman.
So is the Babadook, is he a boogeyman?
Yeah.
I guess he is. Yeah. So it's something that
you create in your own mind.
Because it's sort of psychologically tied to things that you were worried about. And it hides in your closet
Yes.
or under your bed.
Like, it depends on what scares you more. That's the thing.
Sock drawer?
Yeah, maybe.
Underwear drawer.
No, underwear drawer's fine. Usually, under the bed, because they might, like,
Grab your
feet.
your feet when you're trying to climb into bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Crikey.
Oh, if this is Trump's America, I don't want
This is the current state of our show.
Oh.
It's in decline. I asked Suzanne what she thought of last week's show. Said, I think you were just having fun with your mouths. And I said, yeah, but sometimes isn't it good to do a show like that? And she said, I wouldn't do too many of those shows.
I think that was the one was the most fun we've had in weeks, I think.
Well, we did. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. We had a heap of fun, but I don't know about our listeners. Let's talk about Arrival. That's the most significant, actual, substantial thing that we can talk about, and the most useful information that we can give everybody. Short version, go and see Arrival. If you're a smart adult and you like sci-fi but want to be able to think and get some surprises, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very beautifully put together film, which I was just so thoroughly engaged with, and it takes a non-predictable journey, which is rare in a film.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the trailers and the promo and stuff, it gives you a vague idea of what's going on, but there's so much more going on with this movie than what you see in the promo. And obviously we can't talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I've highly recommended. Really good.
There's definite joy in putting it all together, and
there's definite kind of, oh, fuck moments in it.
Where we've heard criticism, it seems to be people really just not getting it, which I know sounds like a cliche, oh, you don't like this thing, so you don't get it, you don't understand it, or whatever. But I can see how someone that... you got to remember as well, we had a pretty perfect audience today. It was just silent, everybody was engaged watching it, you were completely lost in the film. And there are so many people that go and see movies and talk and are obnoxious and ask each other questions and stuff like that. And this is one of those films, you've got to pay attention. You've got to take it all in. And I can completely imagine somebody just not taking it all in and then coming out and going, hang on, I don't get that.
There's definitely a few moments that if you weren't kind of switched into the movie, then it might seem a little bit... kind of out of left field. Or
you're just going to not appreciate how well crafted it is and how there's so much setup and cause and effect, and that it's a really complete piece. So, if people don't know what, in a sentence, it's Amy Adams, language expert, who is brought on board to communicate with aliens that have turned up in 12 different locations around the world.
Yeah. And I loved, there's a map that comes up at the start and showing the locations of all the little pod things.
And you're just
kind of seeing where in Australia it is.
You're watching Australia, like, come on. Put one in Australia.
Like, officially they say that it's in the Indian Ocean, but my God, there was a fucking pod over Geraldton.
Oh, when it first appeared, yeah. It was definitely...
We were just like, oh, hey, WA, how are you doing?
Definitely near us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't really spoil much, but it is very clever. I think if you've seen the trailer, you'll have seen the glimpses of the alien chamber, and what I really loved about that was the design is brilliant because it's basically a dark rectangle with a wide screen at the end, and of course in the cinema you were sitting in a dark rectangle with a screen at the end, so it is very easy, and especially with the way the scale is sometimes where it's shot, to feel like you are in that room and seeing these shadowy aliens behind the screen. And
it's a bit Mystery Science Theater 3000 sometimes with the characters in the front.
Yeah, but God, that was so effective. I just think it was such a clever piece of design, and I didn't even pick up on it till about halfway through. I was like, oh shit, yes, that's why it's working, that's why I feel like I'm there. And I think it does a very good job of taking that central character, which is Amy Adams, and following her journey to this crisis. It's interesting how there are movies that show you so much, like the Independence Day sequel, which is very forgettable, that we saw earlier this year, which will show you the big ships coming towards Earth and all that sort of stuff. And it's nowhere near as engaging as just following Amy Adams and seeing her journey towards this thing. Like, getting that reveal through a single person's eyes was so much better than just doing all these big flashy special effects god shots. So I thought that was... I really went on that journey. Like, even when they were in the helicopter, I hadn't had that feeling of being claustrophobic inside a helicopter, and the sound and the noise and the darkness and the mystery and where are we going, what are we going to see. Really, really good.
And there was something very refreshing about a movie about an intergalactic threat that deals with it through communication and understanding, as opposed to bombing them.
It's not an action movie.
It's not an action movie at all.
But it is very tense. at times. So, yeah, I really do recommend that. And just for that thing I was saying about the cinema perfectly sort of mirroring that alien chamber and you getting to feel like you were in the room seeing these aliens, I would definitely recommend it as a cinema experience if you get the opportunity. Plus the sound design is amazing. So
yeah, in that the big cinema surround sound, it's just really like it feels like it gets right in your bones.
So I'd be very, very surprised if that's not in my top 10 this year, because it's just on another level.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't think of really many other movies this year that are as solid and competent as Arrival.
And I had one of those things as well, and I love that sort of transportative thing with cinema when you do come out and the real world doesn't feel real. Like it feels, you're back looking at shitty cinema carpet and like the real world, and you're like, oh, I was just in this really interesting place and now I'm not anymore. So, yeah. Arrival, directed by Denis Villeneuve? Something like that. Villeneuve? Yes, that sounds more like it. Who directed Sicario, which we talked about fondly on a previous episode.
So it's funny, we get Sicario last year, and then we get Hell or High Water from the writer of Sicario, and then Arrival from the director of Sicario, both of which are very, very good movies.
Yeah, and it was so nicely shot too. Yeah. Just a journey, just a really great journey. So, yeah.
Yes, and Renner wasn't too spuddy this time around.
Well,
He
Renner was
fairly
fine, and it was nice to see characters, like actors being able to play humans, and to be able to be people that you might actually want to hang out with and not just obnoxious one-liner spouting action fuckheads. Like I said in the previous episode, I think, I don't want to hang out with Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher looks like a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to punch him in the face, and it's like, no, these were interesting people. And Amy Adams is the absolute core of this film. She's the key person in it, and she was lovely. And I really like Amy Adams.
I quite like Jeremy Renner, so we've met in the middle there.
Okay, well, if I can say something about Amy Adams' physicality, and I've said this before, I really like her nose.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I really love her nose. I always look at her nose and think, that nose. What a nose.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about Jeremy Renner to keep it balanced? Equal time?
Oh, yeah, there was a bit where they were getting changed to their hazmat suits thing, and he had, like quite good guns. He wasn't wearing T-shirts in many shots, and so I just took my opportunity to enjoy it in that tiny moment, and it was good.
Enjoyed it and tucked it away for later. Kept watching the film.
Look, I can internalise my thoughts. It's a very special skill that I have.
So, Arrival.
Yeah, come see it.
We said that about 5 times.
Yeah.
Also,
Go see the damn movie.
Arrival.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mate, if you need something to make you feel better this week, go and see Arrival.
Go and see Arrival. No, it's good actually, because it is sort of the anti-Trump of films, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about being kind.
It's about thinking.
Being kind and sensible.
Using your head.
Yes.
Not your mouth. Necessarily.
Well, they kind of used their head to say things from their mouth.
They did use their mouths. Like, this isn't like Wall-E. Like the beginning of Wall-E where nobody's talking, or like I
mean, that's why we loved it so much. It was just a really confident filmmaking step to make the whole thing silent.
It's a silent film.
Yeah.
It happens in real time. It's one long shot.
Yeah.
And she's asleep for half of it.
And it's shot in 24 FPS.
That's normal.
No, 36 FPS?
48.
48, whatever. The horrible looking one. That one.
Well, that's just life. Life's...
I know. I don't want to go to the cinema to be reminded of life.
Okay. What about 1 FPS so you can just really take it in?
That would just be a picture, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 picture per second. Yeah.
Very, very slow. I imagine that's it'd just be like David Attenborough's Planet Earth 2. It'd just be what it'd be like, just super slow motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Zack Snyder film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
God, what a journey. What a journey we're going on today.
It can only go up from here. Surely.
No,
Surely.
I'm looking at our notes. It's not. It's really not.
Well, I didn't necessarily mean in this show. I just mean kind of generally.
Oh, in the future. Future shows.
Future shows.
So you're saying that there is a chance the future shows will be better than this one?
There's a small chance. I mean, eventually we're going to see Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I just want to... yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, I guess the best shows, and when the energy's up, when we're excited, when we're really got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we're interested in things. And Arrival is so good, but it's not that film. You come out of it just, I didn't want to talk. Like, how the music in the credits was great, and the credits coming up, and I'm just in this mood, I'm in this tone, I'm just like, whoa, just real world bugger off.
And it's not something we can kind of chat about or joke about or anything like that. It just is what it is.
And nothing else happened this week, because Trump came and took a dump in America's eager mouth.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And none of the fucking TV shows were on this week because of the election shit. I sat down wanting to watch a bit of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to make myself feel better. No.
Nothing.
Wanted to watch some This Is Us to make myself feel better. No.
No, I don't even know what that is, but
It's got Mandy Moore in it. You might like it.
I like Mandy Moore.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You might like it.
My campaign is more Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
More Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
Mandy
She's very good.
Moore. Yep. She is. What's it called?
This Is Us.
This Is Us. I did watch...
It's probably one of the best first episodes of a TV show I've ever seen.
Is it a comedy?
No.
Drama.
It's a drama.
Okay. I did watch all of Kimmy Schmidt, and I know we've gone about it in the past, but I only watched like 3 episodes when I went about it.
I'd watched the whole first season when I went meh.
And I retract. I think it's great. I love it. I really like that show. It's
I do
funny.
not retract my statement.
It's funny. You're alone on this one because it's great.
No.
You're alone like a mole woman in a bunker.
Sure.
John Hamm. My God, he's a funny man.
He is a funny man.
He's got some comedic chops. I tell
Unfortunately,
ya.
it's not Unbreakable John Hamm.
And some karate chops too. Oh, but I love Kimmy. Kimmy's lovely. Oh, Kimmy's adorable. She gets like dumber and dumber as it goes. Like they Homer Simpson her.
We're talking about like characters that we would be happy hanging out with.
I would hang out with Kimmy.
I would never in a million years hang out with Kimmy.
She talks to her hands.
No.
Which is adorable.
No.
I like that kind of craziness. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the show by talking about Westworld, aren't we?
Yeah, yes we are, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Still watching it so that we can talk about it on the end of each episode.
See, and I almost don't want to because a friend of the show, Courtney, said, you guys sound like you're bored with Westworld, whereas I'm just loving it. And I'm not bored with the Westworld. Like, I look forward to Westworld.
Yeah.
I go every Monday, like, I'm at work, and I say to my co-workers, Westworld tonight. And we go, yeah.
And they're like, what's Westworld?
And they go, shut up. Do your work. So I'm excited about it. But
I come straight home from work and watch Westworld. Like,
by the
boom.
By the time we get to recording this on the weekend,
We've forgotten everything
I've
that's
forgotten
happened.
everything that's happened. I don't think of... We're very busy people, aren't we? Very busy schedules, go-getters. I don't want to go read a synopsis or whatever because part of me thinks what I remember from it really should be... That's the stuff that has the impact. Because we're not here to tell you the entire story of what happened in an episode. We're here to talk about the things that we saw and went, oh, that's interesting. And there hasn't necessarily been that. So I know that as we go into this, realistically, we're probably going to give about as much insight as we gave about this whole Trump thing. But
Still going to give it a go.
we're going to do it anyway because we committed.
Damn it.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah, Westworld. Okay, so
Get Westworld.
if you don't want spoilers for Westworld episode 6, then get out now. Thanks for listening. Rate and review us on iTunes. Post on our Facebook page, our discussion group, all that sort of stuff. You can find everything at fruitlesspursuits.com. And Westworld spoilers begin
No.
now. All right, so the big thing that I remember was kind of what happened at the end. That Maeve,
Yes, Maeve.
the robot prostitute,
Yes.
that's okay to say, right?
Well,
In the context
it's
of
what
this
she
of
is,
this
yes.
show, she's a robot prostitute. She kind of got those technician guys, and God knows what they're thinking.
Yeah, that was the thing that really, like, what are they getting out of this? Like, the first guy, who, I didn't look it up, but he was speaking American and a couple of his words sounded a little bit Aussie, so I need to look him up and see where he's from. But I can kind of understand where he's sort of coming from when she says, oh, let me go out and see, what's going on. And he's sort of a bit, I guess, intrigued, and he's viewing her as, I guess, a whole human person. And he's like, well, I'll just...
And not just a human whole.
Yeah. And letting her experience all these things. But the other guy that comes in... He doesn't give a shit. He's just like, they're all fucking robots. Who cares? But then she convinces him to, like, get them to reprogram her so that she becomes, like, mega intelligent or something. I don't understand what they're getting out of this.
They've got RPG stats. Mm-hmm. Basically, like intelligence, charisma.
Yeah, and they're not meant to go over a certain level.
Dexterity. Mm-hmm. And there's...
just pump her right up.
Pushing them all up there. Just, you want it. You got it, sister.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. So, basically, we're going to see one strong, dexterous, charismatic, intelligent robot prostitute next week.
Yeah.
Who really could start taking over the West. I feel like we're seeing how the West was won.
Which is interesting, because I always thought that, I guess coming from the first episode, that Dolores might be the one to snap and start ripping people's heads off. But no.
Well, she's been gradually going that way, though, hasn't she? Like, she pulled a trigger.
Yeah, her progression's been very, very slow. She wasn't even in the last episode.
Wasn't she?
There was no Dolores, there was no McPoyle the intern, there was no Prince Caspian.
It's Game of Thrones all over again.
I don't think Hemsey was in it either.
No.
Bloody Hemsey.
So Ford was in it. And
Yes.
Ford, meanwhile, he's built himself a house.
Yes, and I think I did say very early on, do you reckon that little kid is a little version of him? And yes, it is!
Did I scoff and say, that's preposterous?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, he's built he didn't build, it was Arnold built the family. I think for him. Yeah.
Here you go, Ford. Here is a robot version of your family.
And your dad's a little bit less of an alcoholic, and he's like, hooray!
But he still is an alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, but a bit less.
A little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Hunger Games guy comes and finds that.
That Hunger Games guy has a name. His name is Bernard.
Okay, Bernard.
So he comes to the house.
And he's like, what's going on? And Ford's like, well, this is my family. Shut up, Bernard. And he's like, oh, okay.
He's like, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
He thinks it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I just think, like, if you can have a family there, why not different, like a family that you're going to have a lot of fun with, like the Full House family or something.
Yeah.
Or I was in a storeroom at work and I saw and this was weird, so I work in a library, season 1 DVD of Family Ties.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't ask anyone because...
It's like a relic of the before times.
Oh, they look great. And the thing is, like, you look at it and it's got the family on the front. And there's Michael J. Fox and Justine Bateman and teeny others. Now...
Family Ties is on TV a lot, and I watch it a lot.
We're talking about, like, learning to fear the others. You look at... Michael, I think, was the father. And I can't remember the wife's name. But it looks like Michael, Mallory and Alex, brother and sister, Jennifer. I'd be getting a paternity test because one, like, who was this kid blackmailing to even be on that show? Looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid from a Halloween special. And like just doesn't look like a part of that family. So that could have been funny, like if he'd walked into the house and he had a robot, Alex P. Keaton there. They could have got Michael J. Fox. They could have just said the robot was on the fritz. Only saying that because Trump's in charge. That's all okay now, apparently. Apparently now, that's fine. See? This is where we walk the edge because we're making people question their own beliefs and their own line. They're like, is that okay? Why did I laugh? No, it's not okay. It was a test. You're a bad person and a Trump voter if you laughed at that. There's nothing funny about it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't mind a Justine Bateman robot, though. Again, it's a test. It's a line. It's a fine line. Hey? Yeah.
Anyway, but doesn't, like, if they're making the family...
Yep.
And then the kid who is like the Ford kid, ends up a bit weird and like kills their fucking dog. Like, what's up with that? Can't he reprogram it to make it not a little murdery little shithead?
Yeah.
Because like, he's like, why did you kill the dog? Now I have to take the fucking dog away and fix it. That's going to cost me money, you little bastard.
Yeah, and that place is bleeding money.
Yeah, I know. Well, speaking of bleeding, you know, we've been questioning, like, how they make the robot people look like people. You see them injecting fluids and dyes and all sorts of things into the body to make it become human-y. That was cool.
All the different fluids. Yes.
They just put it all together in one slurry and it all just goes to the right place. It's magic.
Yeah. I don't think that place is cost effective at all.
No, not really.
Oh, for an audit.
Imagine trying to audit Westworld. Oh, and there was the shitty guy who writes the stories. I kind of liked him at first, but every time we don't have an episode with him in it, and then suddenly he reappears again, I'm like, oh, I fucking hate that guy. The English guy.
And there's that, he reminds me of, is it Baltar in Battlestar?
Oh, yeah, yes. Gaius Baltar.
I hate that Gaius. And wasn't there the suggestion that the woman that's sleeping with Bernard, who's like, is she the money person? Is
the one that's
transmitting the stuff.
Yeah.
The company secrets.
Oh no, poor Bernard with his moral quandary.
The Coke recipe. The secret spices. All out to the competitors. What about the competitor? Let's see the competitor theme parks.
For sure.
If people are willing to pay that much for this theme park, then surely other companies have gone, well, we'll build a theme park as well.
But like knockoff kind of, like say that Westworld is like Lego and the other theme parks are like that shitty off-brand stuff that you buy in the reject shop.
Well, yeah, it could be, or I don't know. I mean, there's probably more rich people than the ones that we see in Westworld. Could be anything.
Yeah, but then what if they're like, well, okay, we're not going to cater to the rich people, like rich people. We're going to cater to like, you know, maybe like upper middle class.
Okay.
And so we don't have as much of a money pool, so everything's just going to be a little bit shitter.
There's probably people as well.
Like you have to empty your own fluid sack out of the prostitute after you...
Yeah, please dispose of.
Yeah. They have little plastic bags.
They would provide
and stuff
a bin or a bag or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like maybe just have people, like human beings who are getting paid like $6 an hour doing the robot. Mm-hmm. And just pretending.
Yeah.
If you could, I'm putting you on the spot here. Like if people think our notes, this is literally our notes. Trump, Valerian in the City of Thousand Planets, Slender Man, Arrival, Westworld. That is all of our notes. That literally is the entirety of them. So if you think we've planned any of this, I mean, why you would think that?
We were going to talk about GQ Men of the Year, but then their fucking website was garbage.
It was gubbins.
It was garbage.
We didn't find out anything.
Yeah, because like Jaico's up for it, but we don't know anybody else who's up for it. So, I mean, while we think that he should win by a landslide, we don't know.
No.
It's bullshit. Thanks, GQ.
If that is your real name.
Yeah. Voter suppression.
So if you were able to go to a theme park based on any theme and live that life, what would it be? Oh, I guess that's easy. I was thinking that's hard, but if it's like not historical, if it's just any theme, then I want to go to like Star Wars Land.
Yeah, Star Wars Land. I want
to hang out in Mos Espa.
Mos Eisley?
There's 2.
Okay. I thought as a kid, thought that I would always like to be in kind of, you know, medieval times. Yeah. Like medieval world. As long as, because like, you know, women didn't bathe or anything then, so I wouldn't really want to go like quite that far. As long as I had to shower at the end of the day, like access to sanitation and stuff, then great.
Do you think that...
But I wouldn't want to really immerse myself in the full medieval experience.
No, I think you've got to though. That's the whole deal. Because they say that even in the 73 movie, like one of the guests is like, "Oh, I'm not paying shit in a bucket next to my bed," and they're like, "Yeah, that's the experience. You gotta come on, shit in that bucket." And then there's like 20 minutes of him just straining because he didn't need to shit. He was just commenting on it.
And because all the food was just so stodgy that he just couldn't move his stools through his system.
Yes, that's right. And don't get me started on those uncomfortable stools they had to sit on as well. Very tricky business.
Though, look, to our credit, we've spoken about Westworld with far more enthusiasm than we have the last 2 weeks. So, you win some, you lose some.
I don't know. I said this before. I keep making excuses, but I don't know if it's the time of the year or what it is, but there's just this thing at the moment where I'm still just really creatively blocked up. I think I'm just...
Creatively constipated?
Yeah.
You're shitting over a bucket and there is nothing coming
Nothing's
out.
coming out. I feel like I need it to be holidays. You know, and I'm probably about a month out, a little bit over a month out.
Yeah.
And then I need that recharge and to sort of get back into everything. But, yeah, it's not as easy as it was.
Getting old sucks.
Yeah.
I'm definitely similar, though I've got a few things at the end of this year that I kind of have to get over as far as the end of term and stuff like that goes. But once that's all happened, free and clear and easy. And then it's Rogue One time, and then it's the same rotation of last year. Like, I went to the shops, like, every single day because, I wasn't at work. What am I going to do? Sit at home? Went to the shops. Every single day I would buy some Star Wars thing. Every day without fail. Every day go to the shops, I'm like, I'm not even going to look in any of those department stores. I'm there to get, like, some food item, and then there would be, like, a fucking Star Wars Kinder Egg or something at the checkout of, like, damn you, J.J. Abrams! And then I would buy it.
Yeah. I like Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, God, what a controversial opinion.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, bye. Camera dad.